Hello everyone, and welcome back to our series where we are the Unholy Horde here in Norland. And in the last episode, we lost Polima during a riot, and Ama while we were attacking a little bandit camp, of all things. So, not improving so much after our loss of Kelton in the previous episode to the last one. And we have another issue because Mustok here once again settled another city. This time they went with Letos here. Luckily for us, Truehold has some carrots in it, so we're actually going to go and attack this before we burn it back to the ground. And that'll at least get us something out of all this trouble. And maybe this guy Zadislav will actually come and join us, and then we can turn him maybe into a lord. Although Caden, it's not going to be the best one, but it would be something, and we need to restore any amount of lordship that we basically can. We also have a bandit camp in our land, so we might attack that on the way home, but we basically need to get back home so we can get this money that we need to turn Dorael into one of our lords. Now, back in our city, we have Ama dead, of course, like I mentioned, and we're going to have to pick who's going to take over her stuff. So I think, I don't know why it says that Tornet is only dealing with one thing. That's definitely not accurate. What we'll probably do is have Sediman have to take over a couple of these carrot fields. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna have Dorael, I guess, take over all this stuff, and we'll just move a couple of them over to Tornet. So basically, have Sediman on these three, I think, and then Tornet can take over three of these alchemy labs. I think that should be okay. And that'll hopefully just be temporary until we can get a better manager to join back into our city. And unfortunately, this leaves us with very little research that we actually still have. I think because Sediman is getting old as well, we're also losing stuff just based on that. We lost Military Logistics Volume 2, so we're going to also be moving even slower, in addition to all the other issues that we're having. Currently, we're learning Alchemy Lab, but we need the Herbalist, I think, now. Yeah, we lost Herbalist. So we're going to need to move somebody over, and I guess it's going to have to be Tornet, because she is learning the Smelting Furnace, and that's not going to be too useful to us if we don't have our basics. So we're going to go ahead and set that up to Herbalist, and then we don't really need the Palisades. I don't know why I still have that cooking, because... Or even is it? Shouldn't... No, I don't even see it here. Am I blind? Yes, I am blind. Okay, there we go. And we will go... is Sediman the smartest? No, he's only a 4 intelligence. Oh my god. Okay, we'll put him on... Could maybe go for the mine, but I don't think that's the best idea. I think we should probably go for something like correct cutting, because if we're going to rebuild, we are going to... we're going to need the wood for sure, so we'll wait until he gets home and then we'll set him up on that. Okay, so we're done at Truehold, and we got our 85 carrots, and I don't think we lost anybody. So we're going to go ahead and go to Letos now, who now have 5 soldiers, so... might not have been the best idea to actually wait, but hopefully we should be able to take them out without too many losses here, but it is not something we want to do, is have to face resistance every time they resettle these cities, so we do need to... Basically what we're going to do, we're going to eventually take out Kenna. It's looking like it's going to take a while, but once we do, we'll want to settle Letos, so that we're following our rule where basically when we settle a region, we want it to only be for the purpose of connecting us to other regions, and we don't we don't want it to be limiting us in our reach. So basically, we don't want to go for this city because it will only connect us to Mustok, whereas Letos we will be connected to Mustok and this kingdom down here. This is to make it a little more difficult for us, because the more places that we're connected to, the more likely they attack us. And that makes this challenge, not too easy, because we do get free soldiers and all of that sort of thing. So let's go ahead and get in here to Letos, and they just have Zlatislav, and then everybody else is apparently on the towers. So let's actually have this squad just go straight for the tower, because they are faster anyways, and this should get Sediman not taking as many volleys, because if he dies, it's nearly game over at that point, because Tornet is not going to be a very good commander. Dorael is not a very good commander either, and we'll basically just have our child, who is not I think they're like 7 at this point. It's not even old enough really to make much of a difference. And this Ladislav should be done here. There we go, and he actually died. Okay. We'll take it. Okay, so we lost 1 and took out Letos again. And we got ourselves another 260 gold. So that's 450 that they're on their way home with. I feel like it should have been a little bit more than that. But either way, that's taken care of. So our next goal is to take out this bandit camp, I suppose, and basically just keep rebuilding. Luckily, we have a few medical salves, but probably not enough for all of our soldiers, so we're probably going to experience a little bit of death. Okay, so we made it back home, and as I mentioned, we're going to have Sediman take over on managing a few of these buildings from Tornet here, and probably just the 3 I think is okay for now. Tornet is going to be dealing with a lot. Let's see if we can have her marry now. Political demand attacking Gorno? Okay. I'm not going to worry about that right this second. Let's have you get married to Sediman. And why would they want us to attack Gorno? Demands to attack a village or city of faction Gorno. They are our vassal. You absolute moron. Why would you want us to attack our vassal? That doesn't even make sense. How can we attack them? Is that even a thing we can do? That feels like a bug. Yeah, that doesn't really make any sense to me, how we can even do that. We would have to release them from our vassalage first. So that's a little strange, but either way, let's go ahead and put Sediman as well on correct cutting here. Oh, he doesn't know foreign language. Whoops, okay. I didn't even know that. Okay, let's put him on something else then. Maybe... No, there's not really any other good options because everything else is too high level for him to even learn in any amount of reasonable time. Maybe I guess the armor forge, although probably have to go with the workshop first. So we'll do that. And otherwise, let's see where things stand here with Doriel. 404. Okay. So we have enough in gold. We just need to improve Sediman's relation with her. We could give 150, but I think that comes out of our treasury. So we would have to have them Flesh Wolf hunt together. And we'll have them do that, and then he can do his little marriage proposal after that. Okay, so that Flesh Wolf hunt worked out perfectly. However, for some reason, Doriel is really trying hard to carry this Flesh Wolf back to the I don't even know where she's going. Oh, is she going over to the temple? She's going the long way. She started over here. She could have just walked just like this. Very interesting pathing. But either way, I'm trying to have Sediman grant her a title, but she's running away with this wolf in her hands for some reason. But either way, eventually he will get over to her and grant her a title, and then he can get married to Tornet. Okay, I was expecting a ceremony, but I guess because we don't have a priest, they won't even actually, like, do a marriage ceremony at all, so they are, I assume, just married right now. I think. Yes, ruler spouse. Okay, so they are actually married, and for whatever reason, Tornetta is not very happy, obsessed with desire. Oh, yes. See, that's a problem, and I don't know what to really do about this, so I think she's just going to end up going crazy, but hopefully they can at least have a child first. They are about to go on a date, apparently, so maybe that will be enough time for them to have a child. Yeah, looks like we're going to also soon be having issues with Tornet, and that only pretty much leaves us with Doriel at that point. So that's a little worrisome, but I think that's where we're going to call it for this episode. Not a lot of movement in this episode, and might not be a lot of movement for a little while here. We're basically just kind of hoping that we can get Faranuk and Esna to be a little bit more powerful and decide to rebel against Kenna. It looks like, let's see, Esna actually has a good relation with Kenna, so that's not the greatest. Kenna apparently doesn't actually like Esna, though. Woman on the throne. Oh, because they're a conqueror, okay. And then Faranuk doesn't like Esna, but does like Kenna. So yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to rebel anytime soon. So we're still just kind of hoping that bandits show up that we can bribe. But otherwise, that is going to be it for this episode. So, as always, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.